Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Who's That Anime? Your host Steve and Colin. We're here, we're there, we're everywhere, talking about
And
Pluto.
nowhere.
And nowhere, I suppose. Nowhere, man. I can't remember this.
What?
Nowhere, man. That was the hit song from the Beatles.
I don't know that one.
I was in
I
the
don't know that one.
I was in the Yellow Submarine.
Oh, I am not an avid Beatles listener, so.
I was the movie, the cartoon movie they did, where they ran around and sang about the Yellow Submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow
I know that song.
submarine. Yellow submarine. And then they got they go in, I think it's the Blue Mini or something, and they sing about him being nowhere man.
Okay. I haven't watched any of the Beatles stuff except for A Hard Day's Night.
I've only ever watched the Yellow Submarine.
Hard Day's Night is very good.
Actually, you know what that one is. Yellow Submarine was the one I rented from the library many years ago,
Nice.
but not in the 60s because I wasn't born then.
Before your time.
Before my time at 20 years.
Yeah. Well, we're here today to continue talking about Pluto.
Yes. Which isn't a song from the Beatles.
It's not. It's the god of death.
I mean, they did have, was that Paul McCartney? And
Mm-hmm. Are you about to tell me that Paul McCartney's the god of death? I don't think that's how this works. Okay.
Oh no, it's what's the song? Blackbird. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
You'll have to forgive me because I don't know if it's that I don't know the song, or that you're maybe not singing it right.
Probably the latter.
Could be a bit of both.
Yeah. Anyway, Blackbird sing. Blackbird sing. Into the night. Do, 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 do.
Oh, hang on. Wait. That's not what that song sounds like.
Shockingly.
You're thinking Blackbird singing in the dead of night. That one.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I was right.
Yeah.
I do know that song. Okay. I'm good.
I'm going to have to do a music quiz where it's just me singing a song.
If we could package your ability and sell it as a quiz, I think we'd be very rich.
Yeah.
It's uncanny. I do remember, I can't remember what episode it was that we did it, but there was an episode where you sang a song and I was like, holy shit, that is actually the song. It was like a proper moment. In fact, I think on one of I'm sure I wrote it in one of the episode synopsis as well. It's like in the show notes, it's like, Colin sang a song right.
Yeah. And now they
Momentous.
know. And now they know the why you were so excited about
What a time! What a time to be alive.
that. Yeah.
So yeah, Pluto.
Yeah.
Where did we leave last episode? Hercules is dead.
Hmm?
He saved the Nazi.
We talked to.
He was talking to Brow. He talked to Epsilon.
Yep. He talked to Darius. Darius
Yes.
bit his tongue. But there was a picture.
Oh, that's right. It ended in the prison, didn't it? That's right.
What's the picture of
The flowers.
The flowers and the dude.
Yes, that's right. And then in this episode, we start out with Gesicht again.
Yeah, he's wandering around the city.
Yes.
Looking at all the bazaars.
Yes.
In Persia.
Is he not? He's also like, is he not speaking with somebody about like the case as well?
Yeah, his boss.
Yes, that's right.
Speaking to his boss about the case.
And he's like, you should really go and get like checked up, because that whole incident with Adolf kind of messed you up a bit, and because he's like, nah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm all good, and I'm about this case is about to break. I can feel it.
Yep.
He's getting ready to crack it. I think
he's got a hunch.
Yeah, not a physical one, but like a hunch nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like a kind of kid robot.
Kid robot selling flowers to him.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I don't need flowers. I'm not going to be here that long.
I'll be busy. I've got a meeting to go to.
Yeah.
And then and he meets Abullah. Abullah. Yep.
Yeah. And this is where we get the confirmation of, I guess, what's been kind of led to is that, he is mostly robot at this point.
Yes, mostly robot, yep.
It seems that something had happened to him. Well, we've seen the, what happened to different bits and pieces. Yeah, his family was killed in the encounters, and he was then severely injured to the point of, it seems like maybe just parts of his brain being left, more than anything else.
Yeah.
Which is why there was the whole confusion when Abullah was walking through the human entry to the human exit from the police station.
Yep.
So, yeah, confirmation. And yeah, Gesicht asks him a bunch of questions about Darius and Goji, and like, and Tenma, and what are the links? What's going on here? How does it all connect? Help me understand the dots.
Yeah. So apparently, Tenma and Goji created a robot in the palace.
Yes.
That would never wake. That's the rumor, anyway. That
yes.
Abdul is telling, because he has 9 million personalities.
Yeah, I think they hinted at this before, because there's that kind of flashback scene, because it talks about the whole, we need kind of pain and tragedy and suffering to, really zhuzh the whole thing up and wake you up.
Yeah.
Nothing like tragedy. I guess like there's probably like an underlying thing there of like, you need to really truly define you as a person, i.e. to find your personality or whatever it is among those 9 billion people. You need to experience suffering and pain, and conflict in order to truly find you. So I think there's a bit of a parallel with humanity is that you're kind of, your pain is what makes you to a degree.
Yeah. Yeah, but we don't really talk about that yet. It just basically says this thing here, it hasn't woken up. He shows him a picture, and the little flower boy is spying on him. Because, is he a friend of yours? Like, no, he's just someone trying to sell me flowers, man.
Just really wants to give me flowers.
And then he shows him a picture of, of the dude in the sunflower field. He's like, do you know this guy? He's like, no, never seen him at all.
Nope, no idea who that is. Well, he's like, I think this is Pluto. He's like, no, what? No, I don't know. Never seen him. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think
I gotta go.
Does he think that? He says he's gotta go, and then he's like, well, my sensors have detected you are human, where you lied to me there. It's like, what? No.
Yep.
Bye.
Yeah, it's like I am over egging it slightly, but like it's the his mannerisms and everything else he does is basically what? No, absolutely not. No, never seen him. Never. Anyway, gotta go.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
He's practically smoke bomb exiting the scenario. So
Yeah. And then the flower boy bumps into the flower boy again, and he goes, "Oh, he got this guy." And
it's that's a photo of Sahad.
yeah, the great mighty Sahad.
Yeah. And the flower boy knows where Sahad had been, or knows someone who knows Sahad or where he'd been staying.
He knows that he was studying in Netherlands.
Yes, that's right. Because so he goes to
Netherlands.
speak to that woman.
Yeah, he goes
who had known him.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, did Sahad stay here?" He's like, "Oh yeah. He's really into flowers, like create all these flowers."
Are we sensing any parallels here?
Yeah.
maybe a little bit. But yeah,
Darius.
she spoke very highly of Sahad and said he was very, very kind, very conscientious. People liked him, and yeah, he was very into studies and very into plants.
Yeah. And then he goes to the university and finds out that he's
She promises him more information, and she's like, "I have photos and stuff, but I need to go and find them off of an old hard drive. So come back later."
yeah. And then he goes to the university or college, and and he talks to the professor, and the professor's like, "Oh yes, he's doing this, and he's named all these tulips different names,
Yeah.
and there's this special one in this container."
Because he keeps it.
Yeah.
Keeps it there after all this time.
And there's like, "Oh, do you know the name of this one?" I suppose it must have a name, but I don't know it.
Yeah.
And then he visits a flower shop where he hung out, essentially.
Yep.
Like the
Yep.
vagrant that he was.
And that's where does he bump into like another like child robot that's a delivery bot at that point as well?
Yeah, because he's working at the store.
Yeah. He speaks to the woman who runs it, and she says she knows him, and yeah, the little the little delivery bot's like, haha, I love this job.
Yeah, pretty much.
Getting to deliver the flowers.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute. And yeah, she tells him about a little bit about, you know, his time and how she knew him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He then goes back to pick up the information from that woman as well.
Yep.
Which is basically photographs, I think, of
yeah.
Sahad.
Well, just the photograph, because she asked all her attendants to have photographic evidence, and the picture's cropped.
That's right.
With his dad. Dum dum dum. Turns out that's a tool who denied him, and he's like, "Why would he deny that? He knowing this guy when it's his son?
It's his own flesh and blood."
Yeah.
Because we talk about how he lost a son, but we don't know about this son.
Yeah. So go back to the flower girl though, the florist even.
Mm-hmm.
She said that he spoke of this one flower, the perfect tulip, which killed all the other tulips in the field round him, and he named it Pluto.
That's right.
And that's the one that was in the glass tube.
Far away from all the other tulips and flowers.
Yeah. So anyway, Gesicht was like, "Ah, shit."
This
Yeah.
seems not good.
Yeah.
He does mention she talks about him being a nice person, and like I can't remember which one it is. Is it the girl with the flowers, or is it the woman at the place he stayed? Talks about like how he had plans to enlist in the war, and
Oh, it's a flower girl.
it's the florist.
Yeah, because she said that, or, because she said that his dad's dead.
That's right. And he'd also like he died during the war. Very specific.
Yeah.
And then he didn't want to end up the same.
Yeah, but he had to go and fight for his country, essentially.
Yes.
And then, and then he goes to the old, the woman, the landlady, who shows the picture. It's like, wait, if that's a duel, and he's the son, and he's the father, he's not dead. He said
nope.
He was dead.
He's not dead, and he does know who that is.
Yeah. Two things. So then I think it cuts to Epsilon at a funeral.
Well, no, I think it cuts to a character that we forgot to mention in the last episode because it seems really out there. We forgot to mention the teddy bear.
Oh yeah, the teddy bear in the chair. Yeah, that's right. And,
yep.
And they're talking about how to destroy Gesicht, who's
the
stronger of the robots.
Yeah, he's like, oh, Gesicht, he's getting close to understand. This is cool. He's a smart one, isn't he? And the teddy bear knows how to kill Gesicht.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It seems to be someone else talking about it.
Yeah. And then I think do we not go to Brow and Gesicht?
Oh, yeah, maybe it does go back to... No, I think... Maybe...
I think it is that. It goes to them having a conversation about Abullah.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, so you worked out the killer. It's like, yeah, it's Abullah. And he's like...
Yeah.
And then they have their discussion. And then they talk about the robot with the 9 billion personalities. And Brow's like, yeah, well, the only way for that, or, he'll never wake up because he has too many choices. But there is a way to do it. And that's with sorrow and hatred, strong emotions.
Yep.
You mean like hatred? Sorrow?
Yep.
Yeah, all these things. Yeah.
Further reinforcing the conversation, or the glimpses of the past from the previous episode.
Yeah. And then they're like, what kind of monster would that be? Because he's not going to be insane. It's essentially what Brow was saying.
I mean, Brow is not exactly, he's not all there, I don't think.
Yeah, he's not there all there, yeah.
This is where it kind of cuts back and forward, I think, between Brow and Gesicht having the conversation.
With the funeral.
Abullah, meeting with Epsilon, Dr. Howard, the guy who Epsilon's creator at the funeral.
Yeah.
And he talks about how amazing Epsilon is and how impressive Howard's work had been, and then we kind of cut back to Gesicht and Brow talking about what happens if people make an AI that's too good. And that's when we get to this bit of it. It would never wake up, and then we get to the you need anger. That's what you need, more than anything. And then I think it gets back to conversation about the war with Abullah and Epsilon, talking about how futile it is, and
pretty much, because he says he did the right thing. He said he did the noble thing, staying away from this war, because it's all about someone else's gain, essentially. Or did he?
Not to dig up my crazy theory from the previous episode, but
I mean, yeah, we could.
It wouldn't not fit.
I mean, there's been stranger things happening. There's a teddy bear in a chair now. in a dark room.
There is. There is a very evil teddy bear now for some reason.
Yeah.
So.
It's turned into that game with the black and white teddy bear.
Oh, what's his name? Monokuma
Yeah,
from Danganronpa.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Into,
awesome.
Turn into him.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he kind of is Monokuma.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we see, like, Abullah talking about, like, how the war had taken his family from him, and then all of a sudden all these kids randomly appear and, like, climb all around Epsilon, and you're like, oh my god, what's happening?
This is his family, man.
It turns out it's his family, yeah.
It was mentioned before, like the first time we met him.
Yeah. I think this is the first time we've seen the kids, though, right? This is
in person, yes. It's just
Yes,
been kind
'cause
of
this
a
is the
flashback. Yeah.
Yes, this is the first time, like, because they're all, I want to say they're orphans.
Yeah, they're orphans of the war, I believe.
He's looking after. Yeah, because he talks about them in the past, because he says that one of them suffered greatly because of the war,
Mm-hmm.
and he only says Bora.
Yeah.
That's all he says.
Yeah.
So.
And then the guy who's there, Abdullah's there, and they're talking, and he says, "Oh, wow, you should live Epsilon."
Yeah.
And
we should make more robots like you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And then Abdul leaves, and then one of the kids is like cowering behind a tree, going, "Bora, Bora,
That's Wasily.
Bora."
Yeah, he's not having a good time.
No,
he's been traumatized.
Yeah.
And then I think we cut back to Brow and Gesicht again.
Mm-hmm.
And they go into talking about the perfect robot again, and, like, he'll like, he tells him, he's like, oh, he's probably, like, he'll be, like, around, like, receiving fixes, because of course he's been badly damaged now at this point by Hercules, Pluto.
Yeah.
So he'll need repaired.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, basically kind of, I guess, confirms the suspicion that Gesicht has maybe had, that he maybe knows where Pluto might actually be hiding out.
Yeah, so basically, I think they say, "Oh, be at the palace," and I think Burrow said, "No, not there." It's like, "Oh, right,
No.
I know where he is."
Yes.
So he puts out basically an APB for Abdul.
For Abullah.
Abullah, yeah.
He's like, hey, arrest him. It's like, why? He's like, just do it.
It's him. He's the guy. Yeah,
It's him. He's the guy. And you're like, I mean, I hope you're right, because you're just telling me to arrest a guy.
A very high civil servant. Well,
oh yeah,
a bastard of Persia.
And Gesicht's on his way to, like, visit the research facility, basically in the Netherlands,
because they had a flower research, Persia owned research base in the Netherlands.
Yes.
Yes. So he's there, and then you got Dr. Hoffman, Professor Hoffman. He's at a conference.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh,"
He is.
and surrounded by some fans saying, "Oh, I can't believe you made it. It would be understandable if you didn't, since you've getting Hitman." And he's like, "No, I got these, like, hunky dudes here.
They'll look after me.
They're looking after me. See." And then he goes to the washroom and meets Abdul in the washroom, who then does some tyrannical rant at him. And he's like, "Okay, bye now."
Gotta go.
Yeah, and then he gets in the lift with his big butch.
What's the guy's name? Because it's the same guy. They're clones. There's, like, quite a few of them, isn't there?
Oh, Goji.
No. The big bodyguard dude.
Oh, yeah, there's a couple. There's two of them at least. Yeah,
Ah,
don't know the
he
name.
says his name at some point.
Oh, possibly. Anyway, they're in the lift, and then
Yes.
he basically starts like going for the greater good of Persia, and
Oh God.
hulks out.
Yes.
It's like, it's like oh, and then the chief, all the Europol arrives there and go, ah, right, we're recording this off for your own safety. You got to look into the security camera in the lift. I was like, oh, well, we might be a bit late here. Kind of missed out way back in the Persia when Greece Gesicht Gesicht Gesicht
Gesicht.
Gesicht, yeah, him, when he was there, he was walking by a merchant and he was like, buy these lucky charms, this one's the great spirit Goji,
Oh, that's right.
and it goes into what he represent, and he's like, wait, what? Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I thought that might be a good mention because that's who they were looking for. Yeah, anyway, so Hoffman's been taken hostage.
Yes.
His other bodyguard comes in and tries to save him, but he gets mauled. And
He dies.
and he gets dragged away, and then Gesicht is in the underground of like the research facility, meets
So, did you recognize that scene?
the scene.
Yes.
What scene?
The scene that's about to happen, where he's down in the research facility and he's about to have the standoff with the guy, the bug guy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That scene is the one from the trailer that was released a year before it came out.
All right. Never watched the trailer.
Oh, okay. I remember watching that and I was like, oh, this is what this is. It's so good.
Yeah, never watched the trailer.
Oh, it's such a good fight. It looks gorgeous. Like the animation and everything, all the lighting is just so fantastic. Love it. And Gesicht brings out the old equalizer and does his thing.
Yeah. But then there's more of
as
them,
he likes to do.
isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So he does the stuff, gets to the big boss, as it were.
Yes.
And he tries all his gadgets, and he goes, "I'm impervious to that. I'm impervious to that." Yep. No, can do. And then he finally decides to kill it. Pluto tries to buries himself in rubble.
Yeah, like just kind of backs into like a tunnel thing,
Yeah.
and covers himself up because he's in a weakened state. He definitely would not survive an onslaught from Gesicht at this point.
Yeah, and they even mentioned that his power levels have dropped to like just about mere 1500 or something.
It's no longer over 9,000.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Sort of like that. Yeah. It's not over 9,000. And then they have a talk. It's like, oh, I know who you are. You're Sadan.
You're Sahad.
Sahad, even.
Yeah, I mean, one of these days, but it's fine.
I'm never going to get a name right, man.
No. If there are two things I anticipate from our episodes, it's one is not songs, no. Names, no.
Yes. No. Most of those. So, and then he kind of wakens up and goes, "Wait, yeah, I am that guy." And then you have the flashback about how he goes back to Persia, and he actually goes, "Wait, Dad, you're alive?" It's like, yes, that airstrike. took me out, and I'm mostly robot now.
Yeah. And Abullah is very like he's the happiness of survival, but at the same time he's very upset about all that he's lost.
His wife.
And this is where he takes Sahad to the facility. It's like, we should be angrier about this.
Yeah, he's like he basically asks Sahad, it's like, do you recognize this emotion? It's like, yes, this is hatred. Hatred's not good.
Yes. Yeah, and he's like, this is bad stuff. Don't do this. And he's like, well, I'm gonna.
And
Hey, look at this fucking massive crazy body I've built. How about we put your head in it?
pretty much, yeah.
It's like, I see. I don't like where this is going.
Pretty much. And then he gets his head put in it.
He does. And this is, I think, like where a lot of the narrative comes into, like that conflict is that it's not the body he belongs in. He's not a destructive force. He is he's a caring intelligence, and who has been sent on a mission of vengeance. That he doesn't seem to be able to. It's like the body kind of has a bit of a say in the matter almost, and impacts his personality.
Yeah. That's
which
what
I can get.
Seems that way. Yeah. And then so Geschicht's like, no, I'm not going to kill this guy because he doesn't really pose a threat to me. And Spears is just like shouting down the phone at him, going, "What the hell are you doing?" Oh, and he says, "I want to quit." "Oh, you can't quit. We owe you."
Yeah, it's like, you can't quit. I literally own you. I have your manual in my drawer.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that.
I was like,
well, how about like a year off? How would that do?
Yeah, a year off. And they're like, what? And then the director gets involved. Nah. Well, actually, he kind of walks away, and then they go and secure the site.
Well, because the other thing is that they had lied to him about the status of Hoffman.
Yeah.
The guy had told him that Hoffman was safe, and in actual fact he was still involved in like an active hostage situation on the roof of the building.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I know, motherfucker. I know you lied."
Yeah, so he basically agreed a hostage exchange. It's for essentially Pluto for Hoffman.
Yeah, the dude's like, "Hey, so we'll let him go if you let Pluto go." And he's like, "Yeah, that's sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Works for me."
Yep. And then he gets shouted at. It's like, this is the subordination. You'll get severely punished for this, for your disobeying an order, you robot.
Yeah, and he's like, "Nah, I don't need this." And then he like speaks to Sahad before the end of all this, and is like, your father doesn't love you.
Yeah, if he did, he wouldn't have done this.
He wouldn't have made you do this.
Yep.
And that I think it's like the first time you kind of hear like the real Sahad in a way, because it's like it's upset, it's sadness that is the response to that. And then he calls his wife.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, case is over. I got lots of free time now."
Yeah. We can do it. I quit the force, essentially. It's like, wait, what?
We should quit the force, and we should adopt a child.
Yeah, you'll be a great mother.
Yep. And it's like, I think, at this point, the mind is going, it's like, of course, like, it's been this horrible situation where, like, Gesicht has had to deal with those terrible things that happened and then forget about them. And I guess, like, all the time he's spent with Epsilon and Brando.
Mm-hmm.
That and Brando even says, he's like, you should have a family. He's like, you don't have any kids. He's like, you need to do that. He's like, it will change you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It seems like that's finally kind of taken root. And he's like, "Yep, you're right. there's more important things in life than dealing with this shit. I don't need this anymore. We should do that. And yeah, he's like, when I get back, we should talk about it. We'll talk about it more. And then I think he picks up the phone to call Hoffman.
Yeah, he's on the phone to Hoffman, yeah. And basically, I think he speaks to Hoffman about how he doesn't believe the dreams are going to come back to him because he understands what they are now, and Hoffman's like, all right, oh, so you remember now? It was like, yeah, I remember. I was like, okay, and then he had a conversation with the director. Well,
yeah,
basically,
this is the bit where they're having the argument because he's like, why didn't you fucking? We told you, murk this fool, and you decided not to, because there's like all the police then like swarm the facility, and he's like, I'm not really interested in talking about any of that. What I'd like to know is like, why didn't you do anything when I killed that guy's brother? Why did you do nothing? And the guy's just like, I'm not gonna fucking talk about that.
yeah, we don't talk about that.
And he's like, well, in that case, I don't need to be on this phone call.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, it hangs up. Goes back to the Netherlands.
Yep.
Talks to the wife. Not the wife, but the
florist.
The florist who obviously cared for Sahad.
Yeah, because they were worried that he died.
Yeah.
And because he'd been away for so long without ever having said, and he lets her know that he's alive, and he wants to get some flowers for his wife while he's there. And then like he's walking across the canals, or like walking next to the canals, and he sees in the distance this like little robot, and at first you think it's the flower delivery bot.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, it's not. It's that little robot from Persia.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is he doing here?
Yeah, that's Gesicht's question as well. What are you doing here, mate? And then
oh god, this. Oh my god. Oh, this like.
And he has his arm repaired with a weapon on it.
Yeah,
Has a cluster bomb.
This last scene is wild. And because we get this flashback of that robot child that basically the brother had killed, and it turns out not just any child. Gesicht's child. And it's like, oh my god, this is getting real bad. And then we get the flashback of that because we've been seeing images of this guy like with like grease stains all over him, like kind of with like you can't really tell what he's saying, and it's the memory of Gesicht having found this young robot in a pile of other robots like dead. Like, and he's like, no, he's still alive. He's like, can I have him? And he's like, does he want money for him or something like that? It's just like, yeah, just give me something. There's like a conversation with him. He just like wants. Is that not what happens?
No, I think this is still the flashback of the memory with the old guy going, ba 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 ba.
Is it that?
Yeah, I don't know any about that.
Huh. I'm confusing things then. Either way, hubba bubba bubba bub. And but yeah, his kid. And all of a sudden and basically all of a sudden, as Gesicht is sort of like completely blindsided by the realization, like all of a sudden, like all those conversations that he was going to have with Hoffman or with everyone else about like the weirdness he'd remembered, it all kind of clicks into place.
Yeah.
And Ali, the little robot, his name's Ali.
Mhm.
Like, just
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot about the line because it was like, "What's your name?" Mahali,
because
uh,
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali, and that's a lot of name.
Yeah,
Was his line? That's a lot of name.
that is a lot of name. So it's not really, but yeah, okay. And yeah, like he just straight up shoots Gesicht.
Oh yeah. And then she's just like, "Oh wait, don't come here. Don't be scared. It's obviously gunshots somewhere else."
Like that is so heartbreaking. That bit. It's like, oh, it's okay. You don't need to be scared. And it's like that robot just shot you. That robot just shot you.
And then the little kid robot falls over face first, and then he steps forward, and then he also then falls over.
He,
For he
you
has
see,
a big,
huge hole.
massive hole in his chest.
Man,
Yeah,
I watched that scene 3 or 4 times.
yeah,
It's so well executed. I'm gutted, absolutely gutted, because Gesicht was such a good character.
Mhm.
And it's like such an unsatisfying, not in like a bad way, but like it is an unsatisfying end to that character. Like that realization that the whole break in his character, the memory corruption, and you start. I think you kind of like, because I think what happens is when Atom takes his memory chip, and he gets, he takes that break and goes to cry because he's like, oh god, like this is horrible.
yeah,
And then you kind of like compartmentalize that a little bit to, oh shit, he's seen that Gesicht kills a guy. Is
yeah,
basically what that kind of equates to, and you're like, yeah, like that. I no wonder. And then it's like, oh god, no, it was like because his child was murdered by that guy. And
yeah,
then you finally understand that hatred.
yeah.
It's such a culmination.
I didn't realize it was this child that was murdered by the guy. It was still like, I don't know, wasn't that clear to me.
I think that's fair. It's just it's kind of it's not explicit. It's just implied.
Yeah, I mean, I know he had a kid and there's some stuff, and then why they
It's
really
that
put
it's
them
that
two
that build
together.
up. But I think that's the thing, is
Yeah.
it's the hatred bit. It's that realization that it's not just the act or anything like that. It like it truly was like there was no other option to him at that moment. It's like, because this is what I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
Like when that bag drops, that is effectively not just any child body. That is his child's body
Yeah,
that has just fallen out in front of him. So it's just like, nope, nope, no other option right now.
because
You're going to die.
there was a hint. I was like, oh, we did it before.
Yes.
And we knew what happened to that kid,
Yes.
but I think they covered it up properly with that as well,
Potentially.
and with his wife.
Yes, because of course she doesn't remember any of this either, and that's the thing that we'll get to learn, I guess.
Yeah,
Because if you think about it, because one of the last things he said to his wife is like, we'll talk about this when I get home, like having a kid and stuff like that.
yeah,
And you're like, oh, Gesicht's now realized everything that he was missing. She doesn't. She's still blissfully ignorant
Mhm.
of everything.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah. Alright, so he's dead, and then I think
there's a news report going on when they both hit the ground. Like there's an overlay of a news reporting on the death,
yeah,
on the murder of Gesicht
yeah, yeah.
at that point.
And then it kind of cuts to Hoffman and the wife are meeting
it's-
the professor.
Ochanamisu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're basically saying sorry about the loss, and she goes about and they have like a wee holiday in Japan because
They go to Japan, yeah.
and they see things and eventually end up at a
Well,
hotel.
Hoffman does, because you know how like there had been no confirmation of the tampering of the memories at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is where Hoffman is like, no, it's confirmed. Like memories were tampered with, and it wasn't justified. It should never have happened.
Yeah,
And yeah, then they go to the hotel. It is a hotel, isn't it? Yeah, that
yeah.
they're staying at.
They go to some hotel or lodge anyway because it
Yeah, yeah,
says, "Oh, you can get the Lotus Room or whatever it is." Uh,
that's right.
oh yeah, that's the room that we because she's put for me last time when we were going to go first time, and then she goes round the corner. She bumps into Tema, who's waiting there,
Yep.
and she's like, "Oh, that's okay. I'll think I'll find my own way now." And Tema seems to know her, and she seems to know
Yes.
him.
Yes.
He's on about um basically giving Gesichte's memory chip to him.
Yep.
And then she goes like, "I don't know how to deal with all the grief," essentially. And he's like,
No.
"Well, yeah. So what you should do is, if you cry, if you mimic the emotions of a human, you can, it'll come one to you, and you can cry."
Yep.
And then Tema then also goes, "So I learned to cry too," type thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is like, wait, what? Is he a robot?
No. It's surely just a parallel because he's talking about him being like closed off to his son and always being kind of unfeeling, and then the loss of his son taught him it.
Second one.
Not actually the loss. Not actually the loss of his son. It was the loss of his son further entrenched him into making sure I can make a robot that will make it so that he's not gone, so I don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
And I think the crying part, the emotion of like learning how to cry, comes from that failure and the realization that he can't fix everything.
And he was crying for the loss of Atom, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they both kind of sob into each other's arms.
And she doesn't, as far as I'm aware, she has not. She's not looked at his memory disk.
Yeah.
So
people were offering to wipe her memory, but she was like, "Nope, I'm good. I want to."
that was the same as the other robot's wife.
Yeah, at the start, yeah.
Although she did look at his memory disk.
Yeah. She did.
But yeah, that basically means that now that she's handed that off to Tenma, she still doesn't know anything. She's none the wiser about that period of time.
Yeah. Potentially.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Well, we've got 2 more episodes, man.
Man. It's
It's heavy hitting.
it's a really good episode.
Yeah, it was alright.
Let me guess. 8.
High 8.
A high 8.
I had emotions at the end.
Yep, I think the end really does hit like a truck. It's really the thing is it all very much leads up to that because there's the cool fight scenes at the start, there's the kidnapping in the middle rather, there's the kidnapping and the fight scenes and the kind of run up to that, and then kind of the what you think is the release, and then it's not. It's just worse.
Yeah. So, how would you describe this episode in 6 words?
Man. Flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Hatred,
Yeah.
anger,
Uh-huh.
loss,
Uh-huh.
secrets,
Yep.
and I don't know. I'm not sure of the last one.
All right.
Anger, maybe. Like
Yeah.
it's interesting because the kind of things that they're alluding to being the thing that wakes up the AI. It could wake up an AI from that is very much the kind of range of things that's being talked about and that all of the AI is currently experiencing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's interesting. What about you?
The bittersweet sorrow of life.
Hmm?
There you go.
Bravo, bravo.
Got it.
Would so high. I think I think this verges back into 10 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just like I genuinely gutted at the loss of Gesicht. Like a really interesting, nuanced, and troubled character with a really cool story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just sucks.
Yeah. I was just came to mind of like the $1 million man, where you could build them better, faster, stronger.
You mean the $6 million man?
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever.
You're thinking of $1 million man is Ted DiBiase of WWF fame.
Oh, you could build him better, stronger, faster
I
too.
mean, you could.
And then or Barry from oh, what was it Archer?
Oh, yeah, Barry's a dick.
Barry's a dick. He was.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I haven't watched Archer in a long time. I need to watch that
It's
again.
about 12 seasons of it.
Fuck, I stopped watching after like 5.
Yeah. And Barry became friends with Archer,
Oh,
reconciled, but then had an evil Barry. In
oh, evil.
I, th-
Other Barry.
I think he's got other Barry. Yeah.
Did you ever watch Frisky Dingo?
No.
It was the thing that the people that do Archer did before Archer.
All right. No, I never saw that.
It's quite funny.
Yeah.
Another Adult Swim classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was that was a great episode. Really enjoyed it.
Mhm.
I you know, gutted to think we're gonna get to the end of this without Gesicht.
Oh, you're laying on thick, man. He's coming back.
I mean, we now have Epsilon left,
Mm-hmm.
and and Atom kind of. He's not dead yet, technically.
It's not fully dead. No.
He's there, you know, vibing with his 9 billion personalities.
Wait. There's not 9 billion personalities in there.
Oh, there's 9 billion people.
Oh, he didn't create him an atom, did he?
What?
I thought he,
Oh no, good point.
I thought he was just talking about that. That's why Atom was a failure, because he wasn't the perfect mind.
Oh no, but I thought that's what they did to him to wake him up.
No, I think they were just saying that he got to a point where he's too
He
traumatized,
can't do any more.
and they need to traumatize him more to bring him back to life.
We need to traumatize you. Wake up.
Yeah, tickle his feet with a feather, man.
That is traumatizing.
Mm.
Well, on that note, we've reached the end of another episode of Who's That Anime, a podcast about anime. Our home is at anchor.fm/Who's That Anime. If you would like to support the show, you can do so by leaving us a review. If you've already left us a review or can't, depending on how you listen to us, telling a friend is another super cool way to support the show. Another way to support the show is we've recently launched a Patreon. You can find that at patreon.com/who's that anime. And there are ways to support us financially in one way or another. We never want to have ads in any of our shows, and we never will. So this is a way, if you would like to give back, you can. And in return, you'll get early access to episodes of this podcast, and you'll get early access to episodes of our new podcast, 5 Minute Fusion, A Journey Through Dragon Ball, which is also now available 2 times a week. Other than that, we have a Facebook page, facebook.com/who's that anime, where you can get the latest episode releases and the occasional anime memes. We have a Discord group. You can find the link to that in the show notes. We have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/who's that anime. And this is where Colin painstakingly puts together the video versions of the episodes. And also, if you so wish to listen to your podcasts via YouTube, you can as you wish, because the RSS feeds are linked into there, and the playlists happen in there too. So you can find them in there. Colin and I occasionally like to play video games. Colin at twitch.tv/couchfuel and myself at twitch.tv/HalePayman. And you can find archives of all that jazz at youtube.com by searching for @couchfuel or @HalePayman.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's us.
Yeah.
Listen to our new show. It's cool.
It's Dragon Ball.
It is. Very Dragon Ball. Well, it'll be Dragon Ball for at least... How many episodes?
There's like 160 of them.
I think it may be more than that. No, it's not. No. Fortunately, I think it's 100 and... Oh no, maybe it is 60. Hang on, we're getting there. 153.
Oh, I wasn't shy.
You were not far off.
Yeah.
And then, of course, after that, we move on to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Where we will not be doing Dragon Ball Z Kai. We will be doing Dragon Ball Z, filler and all.
Oh God.
Goku driving lessons.
That was in Kai.
Was it?
I think it was. There's not like the start of one episode. There's a scene where he's carrying tractor equipment around because he can do tractor. He's a farmer now.
Well, no, that's Super, isn't it?
Oh, is that in Super now? He's a farmer.
Super's the one where he goes, "Oh, I forgot my tractor!" And then like flies away with the tractor over the buildings.
Yeah.
So good.
And then so we'll listen to it twice a week.
Twice a week.
Mm-hmm. So
and also the Dragon Ball Z Vegeta with mustache period will be in that. So
wait, is that GT?
No, Dragon Ball Z.
Do you not have it in GT too?
Oh, maybe.
Was it not GT?
God,
I don't remember having a mustache in Dragon Ball.
I thought he had a mustache in the driving episode. Maybe I'm conflating it all. It's been a very long time since I've watched it all.
Yeah, it was all terrible. Yeah, so that's like 175 weeks, give or take.
Yeah. Yeah, the first year and a half of your life.
Yeah, no, this shit. Yeah, it's
75 weeks. It's a year and a half.
oh, shit.
Almost. I think maybe what we'll have to do, Colin, at some point is decide whether we want to ramp up how many episodes we release in a week.
Maybe.
Potentially.
That's a talk for off the stream.
That is. Let's not make any commitments while we're recording.
Yeah.
Redacted.
Enhance.
Zoom. Enhance.
Just print
God,
the
get us
goddamn picture.
Get us out here, Colin.
That's alright. Super Troopers there. Alright, that's been Tuesday Anime with the host Steve and Colin. We talked about Pluto episode 6. Hope you enjoyed.
We'll be back for episode 7 next time.
Yeah, same anime place, same anime time, same rumblingness. Maybe
That's never going away.
never goes away. Bye.
Never goes away. Bye, folks. Sorry.